Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Hello,
Hi.
welcome. I'm Kim,
I'm Jason.
and these are our adventures. Now, we've never done YouTube before, so please bear with us. What this video is today is actually about how I go about planning. Well, we do the planning, but I do the constructing of the documents on when it comes to money. And
Money woman.
that's about right too. So we're going to actually go through what we do to get ready for a big trip. Now we're doing a big trip in a couple of months' time, and we are actually going to be gone for 28 days. So it is a big trip for us. We've never been out of the country that long, and we will be having very long flights. So that'll be something to get used to as well. So first off, what we do is we decide where we want to go. Now, this is a cruise specific trip that we're doing, and it's to do a cruise from Southampton on a brand new ship with Carnival to Miami. Then we're actually getting off that ship, going a few docks down, and getting on a different Carnival ship. So we're doing what's called a side-by-side. So we decided that that's what we wanted to do. So Jason did up a front page for a folder. I always have a folder with everything in it. I don't like to have things out of place. So on our front page, we just have where we're going, how we're getting there. Then our next page, which you don't need to focus too much on, is the budget. You work out your budget as to how much you want to spend and exactly how much everything's going to roughly cost you. And you work out your budget, and you budget and save and put that money away however often, whether it be weekly, fortnightly, monthly, but you just keep a budget and you keep it all tallied here. Then I do a listing of what we need to do before the cruise. So for instance, on this list I have things like book the cruise, pay for the cruise, booking and paying for flights, because we have medications, we have doctor's letters, and I list the medications, and I do a packing list, and I do the packing list like 4 different times to see whether we need to really take everything that's in there. I list every single thing that we need to do before we go away. So that is on our to-do list. Next thing in our folder, I usually put our packing list. So as I said, I do 2 or 3 different lots of packing lists to just decide what we really need and what we don't need. Then the next thing we do is we do an itinerary. Then I have a sleeve for our flights. Well, actually this one's actually got the cruise first. Then I tell a fib. I have insurance before the flights. So there's a sleeve for insurance.
And if you're looking for insurance, please look very carefully because of the COVID.
A lot of insurance policies don't cover COVID, where we've actually found one. Now we are in Australia. I know that YouTube is worldwide. We are in Australia, and we use RACV for our insurance, and they now actually have a benefit with COVID included. So make sure you get something with COVID included. Then I have our flight information. I even have a seat map of the plane so that we can actually choose where we want to sit. Next in the folder we have, I don't need to show you these bits and pieces, we have a map of where we're going. So because we're going to London, we have a London map. We then have our airport transfers to get from the airport to your hotel. I then also have my hotel booking as the next page. Then we've got pages of what we're going to do while we're in London. Now, we've picked a few different things, so I have a couple of different things on different pages in there. For each different event thing that we're going to do, I have a separate sleeve. I then have, because we're going on a cruise, we have to get from our hotel in London down to Southampton. So I have that transfer. I then have all of our cruise information because we're doing a cruise, which is fair bit of information in there about different ports and cabins and different things on board. And I'm that bad that I've even got a shopping list for the places we're going to in London.
And I had to buy an extra suitcase because of all the shopping.
That gives you an idea as to how much spending money you're going to need. So you include that in your budget. When you're doing your budget right at the very start for your included costs, work out roughly what you're going to buy. Give yourself a set budget as to how much you're going to spend. I then have in this folder, it's a bit of extra information about one of the tours in London. But what I would then do is I would have how I'm getting home. Make sure you plan everything well in advance so that if something comes up and you've got to change, you've got plenty of time to do it. I am going to ask everyone before we go any further to click the subscribe button down the bottom. It's our first time doing a YouTube video. We're going to try and intend to do a lot more. So we'd like to have a few people give us some feedback, comments.
And don't forget to hit that like button as well. We'd like to hear feedback and we'll answer any comments you put there. So
now, just remember, we are in Australia, so we can probably find out if you're from another country and you want to come to Australia. We can help you guide you into that, where to look for different things to do in Australia as well. So we're not just all about planning our trip. We'd like to help others as well. So please feel free to drop us a line and comment. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.